Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I am Tiffany with Innovative Empowerment Advisors. My goodness, I cannot freaking talk today. I do apologize. I look like a homeless troll, I promise. I have a home to go to. We just moved office locations, so it has been an absolute disaster. This is why you see all this crap behind us. This is going to be our background wall. So yeah, please just forgive us this one time. We're getting it together. You know how moving goes. We still have like 200 something boxes to unpack for the office. So yeah, and my makeup is in one of those bags. So I do apologize again. But let's jump into it, okay? These are my 5 tips for starting freelancer for beginners, okay? So the number one tip is just start. I know. I know. Before you reel me out in the comments, before you tell me, like, bitch, you are retarded, let me explain something. It actually seems mundane to even say this tip, but I promise you, this is the hardest part for most freelancers, new business owners, people who are just interested in getting started. Most of these people are like, oh, it's so common sense. No, not technically. Okay. So a lot of people, they get strung up, hung up, whatever. We're going to interchange these terms today. They get so hung up on all of the logistics of starting their business. Their admin side has to be set up. They have to have the perfect location. They have to have the perfect camera set up. They have to have the perfect website. But in the midst of all of that, they're costing themselves, so on average, about 3 to 6 months by caring about majority of that stuff before they actually start freelancing. So this is why I say it. Just freaking start. You know, pick up the computer, start a website, okay? Open up the portfolio. Bam. Start putting out work that you know you've already done, examples that you've done for your corporate career, for your 9 to 5, whatever it is, backwoods job that you have right now that is preventing you from starting freelancing, okay? And just start. Put yourself out there. No one is perfect in the beginning. If they claim that they are, they're freaking lying to your ass, okay? Let me explain that to you. I don't know if you've seen my last video, but I demyth a bunch of BS that is going on in this freelance world. This is not an easy field to be in. I got it. But you have to just start somewhere, okay? Number 2, start with your contacts, okay? Reach out to your contacts, reach out to your family and friends. Let them know that you are starting a business, that you're going into freelance work. Maybe your mom or dad has a doctor's office or something, and as a freelance graphic artist or a website designer or CSS designer, any of those coders, anything that you think that you can do or that you're already doing in corporate America or at your side job, whatever it is you do, even if you go work at McDonald's, there are still skill sets that you can bring from McDonald's and apply it to what you can do online. Anything that you can do at about 95% of jobs in this world can be done online as a freelancer under your own will. Okay. Most people don't realize that. And it actually took me years to figure that out too. So believe me, it can be done. So all you have to do is reach out to them. I say this because I think this is probably one of the most low risk positions to put yourself in the very beginning instead of spending high dollar amounts of advertising, trying to go get a loan from somewhere, dealing with riskier clients that you're not experienced to deal with just yet. Start at the very bottom and then work yourself up because you just never know. Your dad could be looking for a website designer. Your mom might need help in clerical side of her business. You just never know, okay? Hit up your friends too. You've done so many favors for your friends. Try to turn those tables just a little bit just to see what you can do. Because word of mouth goes a long way. So while they might not have an opportunity for you, I guarantee they might know somebody that would. Okay. My third tip for you is teamwork, collaborating, collaborate. I'm from the South, y'all. Just we struggle with some words. Just let me go with it, okay? Collaboration, okay? So, collaboration is a very, very big thing. So, you might be looking at me like, bitch, you are stupid. I got into freelancing to be myself. Yes, absolutely. Because I love being by myself too. But let me explain something to you. There might be tasks in that business that you don't want to tackle by yourself that, someone else might be damn good at. So get somebody who's in that niche, in that field, that's not going to be your competition. Instead, bring them in. It's almost like keeping your enemies closer. They're not really your enemies, but they're actually trying to help you, okay? So work with somebody who makes that job easier for you. And at a later time in a later video, we're going to start going over the things that you want to outsource that you don't want to handle as a freelancer, okay? But this is one of those things. So say like you're a graphic design artist, but you suck at website design. They don't go hand in hand. They should, but they don't go hand in hand. One cannot do the other most cases, unless you're like me and, these gifted other people in this world, like we can just do it all, but more on that later. You want to team up with somebody, that can handle that workload. That way you're both working on a project. That project's going to go faster for you. And that turns into more clients, more time for productivity. So that is what you need to be doing. Tip four. You ready for this? This might hurt you a little bit. Get on freaking social media. I don't know what it is about this generation and my generation. So I'm the old school generation. We're not going to go into how old I am. My old school generation does not like computers. They barely even know how to use damn computers. People older than me barely know how to use computers, but still have to learn it in this world. We live in a very technology based world right now. And these people are not understanding that in order to get seen, yeah, you can go word of mouth. Great. You can go knocking on those doors. Great. Family, friends, yes. But this is a faster version and it reaches more people across different platforms for this. And this is what you're going to need. You have to have a social media presence nowadays. Your business must have it, okay? Take our business. I had to start our social media presences all over because there's things called bots and spammers and stuff, and they just wipe your things out. Your accounts go haywire. So, yeah, we had to start all over because we had an enormous following. Enormous following does not translate to sales. Don't get confused by these influencers nowadays, okay? However, you have to have an audience in order to freelance. You have to have an audience to sell to. You have to have an audience to have clients and customers and so on and so on. Okay? If no one knows your product and no one knows you exist, how in the hell do you think that you are going to have any kind of success in the freelance world? You have to put yourself out there. I am not saying you have to put yourself on the screen because there's plenty of ways to have a social media presence without you ever showing your face. And we will get into that later on. However, what I am saying, and take it from somebody who's old school like me, I might be old school in my ways on certain things, but I know the importance of computers. I know the importance of social media, websites. I taught myself computers back in 97. We were still running off a DOS system. Some programs are still running off a DOS system in the healthcare system. So yeah, let me explain you how that is. It is a pain in the ass sometimes. Technology is supposed to make our life so much easier. It technically doesn't. It just takes our energy away from other things that we're supposed to be doing and putting it there. That's how they get us. That's okay. But take it from somebody. If I am looking up a business, see, if I'm looking at a restaurant I want to eat at and they don't have a website presence, I don't want to go there. I want to know what other people have said about this place. I want to know if they're active online because that tells me that you actually give a damn about your business. I understand some places are like, yeah, we don't care, but we're doing great business. But you could be doing even better business if you had a place that somebody could leave honest reviews. Because that's what I look at. Amazon reviews. I look at Google reviews. I look at Yelp reviews. I look at Bing reviews. I look at all of that before I decide. Even if I want to go shopping for the first time somewhere, I look at those things. And I guarantee it, when someone is actually contemplating on working with you in your business, they're going to be looking for those things. So you must have a social media presence. I cannot stress that enough. Ready? Number 5. This one's going to confuse the shit out of you at this point in time, okay? I want you to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. I know you have heard that phrase and you're probably like, Tiffany, what the hell? What do you do? All the books are telling me to niche now. No, bitch. No. Yes, I just called you a bitch. Said no, bitch. When you are starting freelance, the biggest mistake that you can make right now is niching down so far before you even know if you have an audience. This is going to take some time. Knowing who you want to reach is important. Okay, don't discount that. But when you were in the very beginning, learning what kind of freelancer you want to be and what kind of platforms and technology you want to use and what kind of customers you want to have is extremely important. If anything, it's just as important as trying to niche down your audience, okay? And I say this because in the beginning, this allows you the freedom and the time without being crucified for mistakes left and right to figure out what it is that makes you happy as a freelancer, because this is your ultimate career. This is what your journey is going to be. You're leaving a 9 to 5 corporate job or a McDonald's job to do this. The last thing that you want to do is be a slave to another thing that you don't want to do. Because if you're not going to want to do it in your own personal freelance career, you're not going to last. And you're going to be back out in the workforce at McDonald's or in corporate America making somebody else rich. So take the time to learn what technology you want to dabble in. Learn what kind of audience you want, okay? Learn what kind of freelancer you actually want to be. And the best way to do that is picture yourself 3 years from now. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see your niche? Where do you see your ideal customer, your ideal audience? And then do it again. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Are you still happy? Are you still wanting to do that? Because let me explain something to you. Just because you pick an audience and pick a freelancing niche does not mean that you cannot pivot at any point in time in your career. You can add things to your portfolio that you want to try. You can teach yourself new things. That's perfectly okay. If anything, if you are not open to pivoting, you are not going to make it as a freelancer. I can tell you that now because this world is all about pivoting. Your social marketing efforts, your regular marketing efforts, it all requires the ability and the willingness to pivot at any given moment. Okay? So you need to make sure that you're on board with that. Tired of hearing me talk. My southern accent, my dirty ass wall, and unorganized shit. And it's okay. We're gonna get there. I promise you. But it was important for me to get on here and speak and share my knowledge of how we're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you to that success that you want to get to. Whatever that dream you want to achieve, we're gonna make sure that you're on the right path. Okay? And that's what Innovative Empowerment Advisors does. We strictly teach and guide the brand new baby freelancers and brand new small business owners how to navigate their back end the correct way. Because let me tell you, most of these people out here, they will sit here and they would let the back end stir just a little bit. They'll get everything established first, like we had spoken about earlier, and then completely forget about their back end. And then by the time that it's finished and they're trying to struggle to find their footing, you wasted all this damn time. So now what? Now we have to pull it all back out, start back over, and establish the groundwork and the footing that should have been established to start with. So that's what we do. If you find this video useful at all, you don't find my voice annoying or my background is just issy, or you can handle my troll looking face right now without 5 pounds of makeup on, why don't you hit that like button? hit that little bell button. Subscribe to us. I mean, we're a growing channel, okay? We're doing it. We're just doing it. We have 20 years experience in this, okay? Just let's do this together, okay? You could learn something from me, even my little potty mouth and everything like that. So just come on over to the dark side, will ya? Okay. All right, y'all take it easy. Be careful, be safe. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, hit us up in our email. Hit us up on the social media. We are very friendly people, social people. Let us know. Y'all take care.